We've got a fresh Qorantos VOD here. He is going to be talking about, obviously, the drama with Destiny, his quit from Kick or Keep. I'm not sure if he talks about any of the host drama. Not sure if any of that comes up. But I know he does watch a clip from anything else where Destiny and Dan spoke about him. So I think we're gonna start watching, see how it goes, see what I think. Obviously, my video on Qorantos' initial quitting just came out today, and there's not a bunch, but a couple of comments on there. At least one essentially calling me a Mossad agent, I think. So that's great. That's about what I expected. So we're gonna get into some more pro Israel propaganda here. Some more Hasbara. Is that what they call it? Is that what it's called? So let's start watching.
I'm doing it quick within the first 15 minutes of the stream, just reacting to this, moving on. Kind of want to watch the fucking UFC card, UFC 300. That's massive.
That's what I got accused of in my comments, by the way. They said unlistenable Hasbara stream. That's what they referred to it as. And then told me to do better. It was unlistenable Hasbara stream, do better.
See this first though.
He was making more, yeah. And whenever someone was like, "Hey, you're only making 3," he was like, "Don't watch my pockets, etc., etc., etc."
Interesting. Okay.
You didn't know that?
I don't think he implied that, but
he did imply that.
I will say now that at least I can speak publicly about that.
Watch my pockets.
300. That's massive. But yeah, let me see this first.
This is way too loud.
He was making more, yeah. And whenever someone was like, "Hey, you're only making 3," he was like, "Don't watch my pockets, etc., etc., etc."
Interesting. Okay.
You didn't know that?
I don't think he implied that, but
he did imply that.
I will say now that at least I can speak publicly about that. I do think it's funny.
Wait, what did he imply? He implied he was making more than 3. Is that what's
He legitimately thought he was going to get paid $12,000 a month.
Yeah, you have to
run the show. That was pretty fun.
What does that mean? Now that I could speak publicly about that, because in all fairness, he could have brought it up even when I told him not to bring it up. But since I voiced my discontent or discomfort with what I'm getting paid being publicly aired out, he didn't. Fair, I appreciate that. I didn't appreciate him telling that Snow Bunny demon, right?
Yeah, is it like
But after I told him, "Hey, dude, this is fucking cringe. Don't do that," he didn't. I don't know. I guess once there's a separation, like everything just becomes open. You could just talk about everything that. I'm not gonna do that. That's not in my character. But I just didn't know that's how people operated. I didn't know people operated in this way, where you know what? We're no longer on speaking terms. You know, everything that.
Is this gonna work? Is this gonna help me? How do I audio equalizer extension? Is that what I want? Is that gonna work, do we reckon?
You probably wanted to private. Yeah, I'll air that out.
See how it goes.
Because, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Use a compressor. God. Compressor.
I'll assume that he thought I made it public already, which I didn't. And what Daniel is talking about in the context that he's leaving out of this is a lot of people speculated about how much I was getting paid. People used to say 8K, 10K, 15K, 9K, 6K. Whatever number people said, I'd always tell them to double it, triple it, quadruple it. How dare you just mention 10% of how much I'm getting paid? Obviously, sarcastically, I'm fucking with them. Because it is fucking weird right? It is weird when niggas bring up how much you're getting paid, right? It is weird. So how do you fucking address a bunch of weird comments back to back to back to back to back?
The estrogen mod is broken. Very upsetting. What we do about it. Is the estrogen mod actually broken? Is it actually broken? That's great news if it is. Honestly, I'm so glad that no one can use that to fucking harass me in Minecraft. Because I can't believe Stylo put that in. Stylo chose that mod. It's crazy, isn't it, that he did that? But it's actually broken, because that's funny if it is.
You address them through humor.
And funny that you try to use it.
them and not tell them, what? You think I'm getting paid 9K? No, buddy.
Well, Stylo
Try
responds to the
25.
situation.
I never honestly sat there in all seriousness telling them, no, guys, hey, listen to me. You're crazy. How dare you think I'm only worth 15? I'm actually getting paid this, and this is what he's paying me. I've never done that. Not a single time. I've never done that. Never. So it feels weird to me. It doesn't feel weird to me. This is Daniel. This is, at this point, it's genetics. You can't argue against it. But he can't help himself but to, like, create this false narrative to pay me in a certain way. And I do understand that there was...
He said it's genetics. Dude.
Them, no, guys, hey, listen to me. You're crazy. How dare you think I'm only worth 15? I'm actually getting paid this, and this is what he's paying me. I've never done that. Not a single time. I've never done that. Never. So it feels weird to me. It doesn't feel weird to me. This is Daniel. This is, at this point, it's genetics. You can't argue against it. But he can't help himself but to, like, create this false narrative to pay me in a certain way. And I do understand that there was...
Jesus.
By the way, my mic is not low. Your headset is low.
Wait, so he quits Destiny, quits Destiny's show over Islamophobia, and then immediately responds by being directly anti-Semitic towards Destiny's friends. Okay.
But, you know, at this point, it's like, I do understand that a lot of people were waiting for this moment. I do understand there was a lot of people waiting for this moment. They're like, I can't wait to, like, jump down this guy's throat. But it's weird from Daniel, just because of things that I know. Which, again, since we're just sharing everything, even the things that I thought were to remain private, because, you know, decency and all, maybe I'll share them. I don't know. Depends. It depends. I think Daniel is not going to be a dick, you know. Just because I thought we were cool. You know, we had, our first impression was rough on both ends. You know, he came at me with weird fucking energy. I reciprocated in a manner that I thought was fit for fucking Destiny's VC, the fucking edgiest place I've ever been in my life. Clearly, he took it to heart.
Come on now.
One of those cast the first stone, feel that when a fucking stone is cast their way. But, yeah, whatever. I thought we cleared it up. I guess not. I guess he felt some type of way about it.
Funny. You have to be someone like me to get that much money.
Oh, also,
horrendous.
True.
God damn, he must have been, not to be racist, but Somalian, making $3,000 a month, working that little? Bro, he's got to be like I am donating more to, like, Somalia's GDP. Like, I bet there was a noticeable bump in his city from the wages that I was paying.
I want to adjust this point just a little bit, because it's a point that I always felt was being made in humor and, like, in jest, like, jokingly for the longest time. But I do genuinely believe that, I mean, I'll use my most used phrases right now. You know, at the end of the day, number one, number two, I'm going to do all of those infinitely. You know what I mean? Because that's just how I talk. Anyways. So I do believe that there is a disconnect between how these dudes live and where they live and the rest of the world, and the knowledge that comes with just living outside of that bubble. Brother, it is stupid the amount of millionaires that I've ran into in Somalia itself, in Mogadishu, when I was IRL streaming.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
There are a fuck ton of rich people all over Somalia. All over. They are way more common than you think.
That's okay, and?
Number two.
That's not the point. That means
I'm Somali.
nothing.
but I live in Malaysia. It's as though this man, like, if this man was negotiating with
Yeah, wasn't yeah, but sorry, but I'm pretty sure his wage from Destiny was still like double the median in Malaysia. Didn't we look that up? It was like double the median wage in Malaysia.
and they told him, "Hey, buddy, you're Cuban. You're not American. You're Cuban. You're Cuban. Like, why should we pay you what we pay an American? Like, you were contributing to your GDP immensely. This is ridiculous." It doesn't make any sense. That point never made it. Now, if I was living in Somalia, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Fine, I get it. It wouldn't make. I take that back. It wouldn't make that much of a sense, but at least the joke would land better. But oh, he's Somali, therefore, brother, you should have been happy if I gave you $100 and a fucking clean cup of water, you fucking pig. Like what? No, nigga, no.
No, the point is that he was doing like no work, asking for more money, and there's no reason why he would even need more money because he's living in either Somalia or Malaysia, both places in which the money he was receiving should have been more than enough. Absolutely way more than enough. Because it was still like double the median wage in Malaysia. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good meme. You know, the GDP.
No, some places in Malaysia are really expensive. He was making double the median wage. If he couldn't move. If you can't afford to live in a country where you're making double the median wage, you're definitely living in the wrong part of that country. He works online. He doesn't have to live anywhere specific.
Export chart that you do, you have to guess the
Yeah,
country.
but of course. Yeah, this guy is a poor African. I was
He
subsidizing.
didn't quit because of money,
How
no.
dare he expect?
He didn't quit because of money, but he complained about the amount he was getting paid previously.
Listen, alhamdulillah. And this is one of the things that killed me. Listen, I'm not poor. I don't come from a poor background. My parents hustled incredibly hard to get me and my siblings the life that we have. I'm blessed, brother. All my siblings went to university. A bunch of them got masters. Bro, I'm good. Right? So that's why I sat back and I thought to myself, why am I whoring myself out for $3,000? If I
See, like he's at $3,000 a month for like nothing, for like doing no work, outsourcing to a bunch of Discord speds, is below him. This is the issue. You could buy your fucking neighborhood in Somalia in 1 month. Well, not your neighborhood because you live in a fucking manor, but it's so crazy, man.
came from Section 8 in the United States, living in the projects, fucking, boiling my water over the stove and fucking using a bucket to take a shower because the fucking shit don't work. Okay, like, it's a tough situation, whatever.
It's like Ghislaine Maxwell saying, "Why am I whoring myself out to this Epstein guy?" Yeah.
I am not who they put me. Like,
oh man,
I'm privileged, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm privileged. That much I'll say. Now, am I gonna say that I'm privileged enough that $3,000?
would you accept $500 a month to work with people you realize you don't want to fuck with? No, not $500 a month. $3,000 a month. Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Well, what's the median wage in the UK? Like, median wage UK. $2,250. So, and how much is? So yeah, I mean, well, that's over median wage for here. Yeah, absolutely. People I don't want to fuck with, and you have to work with some people you don't like, but all you have to do is organize some Discord speds to put on a show for you each week, and then show up for the show, and interact with someone you're not like, you've got some issues with. Yeah, I'm taking that any day. Yes. If it's fucking with your mental that much, the money isn't worth it. But how is it fucking with his mental? How is it fucking with his mental? It didn't say it was fucking with his mental health. He just didn't care about it anymore and didn't like Destiny for the Palestine shit, which I don't even necessarily believe. I don't know that's what he's describing here. No, it's not.
The LSD make a difference? No, obviously it made a difference. But not to the point where I was compromising my fucking self.
You do that shit for free on JStalk streams. That's not even true. That's not even true. I like JStalk. I like Cherry. I like Kelly. This is boring because you're unable to understand morals different to your own. It's not an issue of not understanding morals. Okay, people might start catching timeouts because you people are actually retarded. What part of this? What part of this is about me not understanding morals? Where even is this? Yeah, get on Discord. Discord the band. Come on back some badges. Yeah, his morals were so strong. I just don't understand Q's morals of taking the full paycheck, 11 months of the paycheck, and then at the last moment deciding, oh, you know, it's actually really fucked up the way you talk about my people. That's actually really fucked up. I don't want to be I don't want my trash panda chip is turning off. I'm tearing out the trash panda chip. I'm not being Uncle Q anymore. It's too much. For too long. I'm not being Uncle Muhammad anymore. 11 months. I'll take $33,000 for it, but not $36,000. That's the conversation. That's the conversation.
Principles. And just ignoring all the fuck shit that was happening just to take that money. 3K is not enough. 30K is not enough.
Okay, the vote I talked on Discord for just bam, bro.
Listen,
okay,
thank
cool,
God
no
I made
problem.
that mistake
No
right
problem.
now
That's
instead
all
of
good.
at a P. Diddy party. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Because honestly, it's the same kind of mistakes. Well, thank God I just made it with fucking Destiny instead of fucking P. Diddy, bro. Because here, the punishment was fucking making 3K. You know what I mean? With P. Diddy, I would have been Meek Mill. Not a good look. Not a fucking good look. You know what I mean? Not a good look. You were begging him. You said you'd do anything for the bag. Yeah. Oh, relax, Dom. You trying to get the fucking clip to Daniel so he could send his shooters? I'm not going to say that word that rhymes with kite. I said kite with a T, Mr. Daniel.
Crying about Islamophobia,
it's
by
gonna be
the
like
way.
very different for
Crying
next year
about
now for
Islamophobia.
Somalia.
My heart is normal. Yeah, but I hate it does feel nasty when a Miami Jew.
Yeah, exactly, right? If Q's got such strong opinions about this, such strong principles, if he's really standing on business, if he's really such a strong supporter of Palestine, he's so disgusted by the Islamophobia from Destiny, why doesn't he return that money? It's not even that much anyway. You were whoring yourself out for a measly $3,000 a month. Why don't you give the blood money back, Q? Why don't you just return the money? Then everyone can see that you actually believe these things. This is actually about the principle. Because it's like nothing anyway. It's a pittance. Who cares? Who cares? 3,000. It wasn't worth the work. All that work you put in, not fucking showing up like half the time. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, if he actually believes these things, then give the money back. He says it's not that much. He says it was like nothing. He doesn't need the money. He never needed the money. 3,000 doesn't matter to him. 3,000 a month. That's nothing. Double the median wage in the country he's living in. Like probably fucking 3,000 times the median wage in the country he used to live in. But not worth anything to him. Not worth the effort. Not worth the 2 hours a week he put into it. And he's got such strong beliefs about this. And he's got such strong beliefs. He didn't do the work. He didn't do the work, though. But he didn't do the work, Zinoj. Did he? He did not do the work that was expected of him. And then he says, my heart wasn't in it because of my principles. Give the money back then. That seems pretty simple. You would want to give it back anyway. They're genociding. They are genociding people that are just like you. They're genociding people that are just like you. Destiny doesn't care. Destiny's supporting it. Destiny's saying how amazing it is, how these people's lives aren't worth anything, treating them with total contempt, looking at videos and calling them fake and Pallywood and all this, saying such horrific things about Q's people. And he took money from this guy and he won't give it back. I think that's fucked up. I think that's fucked up. No. He did not do the work that was expected of him, Zinoj. No. There is a clear expectation. The expectation was a show every week. That was the expectation. That didn't happen, did it? At all. Q was sick the last 2 weeks in a row. Wasn't he? Or if it wasn't last 2 weeks in a row, it was this week, on last week, previous week he was sick too. You're retarded. You're an idiot. It's absolutely pathetic for Q to take the money for a year, take the money from this guy who is literally, from what he's saying, is a racist who wants to exterminate his people. That's what Q's portraying Destiny as, is a racist who wants to exterminate Q's people. That is the attitude that Q is coming to. That is the energy that he's bringing. And Q took that. He's saying he's got a principled stance, that his family didn't want him taking the money and all this. He's got a principled stance. He won't give the money back. He won't give the money back. He won't say, he won't donate the money to charity. He won't put 30,000 up for charity. Really? To a Palestinian charity? It doesn't mean anything to him. He's got so much money. It means nothing. The economies aren't that much different. People in America just don't understand. Destiny in America just doesn't understand what the Somalian economy's like. There's millionaires everywhere. It's actually a country full of, it's actually very rich. It's like Dubai. Somalia is actually a lot like Dubai. Q isn't Palestinian. He's Muslim, you fucking downy. I just... How long has he been doing this? 10, 11 months. There's been 29 episodes. Additionally, I expect he'll be deleting those videos from his YouTube channel. Yeah, it does it. Curious how those videos are still on his YouTube channel too, isn't it? This was so terrible and you can't be seen next to Destiny. Video's still up, still earning ad revenue. Still profiting from it, but Destiny's Islamophobic, and he has to take a firm stance here at the 11th month after doing none of the work and taking all the money. No, it's not just he was getting paid a crazy amount for what he was doing, Zinoj. You can get paid a crazy amount for a small amount of work, as long as the amount of work that you're doing meets the expectation. Q's work did not even meet the expectation that was laid out. That's my point. It did not meet the expectation that was laid out. He took the money anyway, and now he's claiming there's a principled position, and so he's leaving. The fuck, so all the work I did for a job, I'm supposed to remove from my resume. If you've got if you're claiming a principled stance, probably yes. Probably yes. Yes. If you go and... Do you think a doctor post-World War II or some shit is going to say, oh yeah, I fucking did human experiments in a Japanese internment camp or some shit like that? Do you think... Like, what... You're retarded. What are you talking about? Is that how you get advertise yourself? That's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming. that is the what we're going with here. Is Destiny's a genocide denier? Destiny is Islamophobic. He sees Muslim as a subhuman. That's the narrative Q's going with, and that's what I mean. Yeah, there's levels of truth to it, but that's the narrative he's going with. And if that's the principled stance he's going to take it on, if that's the principled stance he's going to take, then he has to actually live by that. He can't reap all the benefits, but then not show any of the This is the exact shit that these G's complain about Hassan doing, right? Is taking all the benefits while having none of the drawbacks over the appearance of having some belief. You think people were just walking around the Department of Defense saying they were rocket science for Third Reich? Oh, wait. That's different, though, isn't it? That's different. That's a little bit more detached. That is a little bit more detached. That's a little bit less direct.
To Frex super chatted
Okay,
$9.99. Median income in Malaysia, 6,610 MYR, which is equal to $1,386 and 18 cents. Yearly median income in Somalia is 600 SOS, which equals $1. Q was earning 3 times monthly income Mali, 3,000 times yearly Somali.
Thank you for the $10, Topher. Zinoj. He has not suffered any of the negatives of this principled stance. He has worked the full contract up till the 11th month out of 12, right to the point of renewal, taken the full amount of money. Not just that. Well, I assume the full amount of money. Maybe he's not taking the full. Maybe he's not taking the final month. Okay, so 33 out of 36 possible $1,000, right? He has avoided work at every opportunity. No, not just 1 month. And even then, it's not about whether he refunds it to Destiny. The money's been paid. If Destiny's paid the money, he's paid the money for the work, whatever. He should show some drawback from this principled stance. Because all he's done so far is take all the money, do barely any of the work, and now he's not just doing that, but he's also continuing to reap the future benefits of the work that he's done. If you're going to make a big disavowal and say, I can't associate with this person can't be associated with my brand, the idea that you've taken the maximum amount of money you can from that connection to the very limit, and then you're going to continue benefiting from that relationship in the future while claiming to have a principled stance, it betrays that you don't actually believe that very strongly. That you're not actually standing on that. Who is supposed to suck off a who's asking you to suck off a community? What are you on about? Q said he came to the realization recently. Yeah, Q said a TikTok convinced him. That's what Q said. Q met Destiny through arguing about the meme Destiny posted of the Minecraft character mining the fucking cube. That's how Q met Destiny, was arguing about that. What do you mean he just came to the realization that Destiny's Islamophobic? Fucking retarded. It's so stupid. You're so dense. It's crazy. If you actually believe Q is taking a principled stance, you've got your sub 70 IQ. You are. You're a child. You will fall for anything. You really will. You're asking him to backflips to justify his principles. No, I'm asking him to show any display of actual principle. If you only do things that benefit you in pursuit of your principles, you probably don't actually hold those principles. That's the point. Retard. He does nothing in pursuit of these principles that is a drawback for him. The show is ending anyway. He's got his bag. He's on the way out. He gets to gain reputation back with a Muslim audience by disavowing Destiny. What is the drawback here? And then not only that, doesn't remove the content, continues keeping it monetized. He's taking none of the steps that are negative to show a print that would hurt him in showing this principle, but every step that's positive. So he doesn't actually hold the principle. He doesn't actually hold the principle. He could have renewed unless we knew he was not going to get renewed. Then your point is 100% correct. It's not about whether we know whether it was going to get renewed or not. It's about whether Q thought it was going to get renewed. Why would Q think the contract is going to get renewed, or even that even if it is renewed, that he's going to be kept on when he has done 29 shows in a year when it was supposed to be a weekly show? Why would he think that the show is carrying on or that he is staying as the host? He has no reason to believe that contract is continuing at all. In fact, he has every reason based on his own actions to think that contract is not continuing. Because he hasn't done the work. He hasn't been working. He knows he hasn't been working. We all know when we're being lazy. Anyway, let's go back to the video. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
And a white dude living in the US are just like, oh my God, Somali's GTV is gonna get hit by losing all this money, your charitable money. It does feel nasty. I'm not gonna lie. I'll just be honest, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It does feel a bit fucking icky. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say that much. You know, I'm not gonna play the BLM card on no George Floyd shit. I'm not gonna do that. But it does feel nasty. And a lot of them, you know, partake in language like that. But God forbid. Oh my God. God forbid I talk about Daniel and the motherland and all that shit. Yeah, he's gonna spaz on me. He's gonna spaz on me. If I were to bring up Israel, are you one of those Jews that settled in one of those houses? Like, if I were to like just.
Was it really supposed to be a weekly show? Yeah, it was scheduled for every Monday. That was what it was meant to be. Obviously, some episodes, saying 29 episodes and he didn't work a bunch of shows. Obviously, there have been times where Destiny's traveling and stuff like that, and the show wasn't going to happen anyway. Obviously, I'm sure there were times like that. However, you had to turn your stereo mix audio down because of the TTS. Oh, yeah. However, the majority of the times that I remember, at least in the last few months, it's been Q has said, oh, I'm sick, or oh, we had too many dropouts and I'm sick. It was stuff like that. It's not hard at all, no, because Q wasn't even. They did it most weeks. They managed to get streamers for it most weeks, and it wasn't even Q doing it. So Q was getting paid to not even do it because he was handing off the work to people in Discord. He was handing off the work to Kankamore, Somniant, Kelly. So it's not hard because you can literally get any Discord sped to do it for you. He was getting paid to read other people's questions and they weren't even good questions.
Say something crazy, like, oh, he's a racist, he's a this. It's like, you know, I'm not even gonna do that. Q turning into a progressive, always been.
It used to be like, you know, content creation, and now it's down a little bit.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, listen, Qorantos, I have no issue with you, except that you're an anti-Semitic cocksucker. But aside from that...
there we go. There we go. The classic, you're an anti-Semite.
But he's just sat here saying that Dan has a genetic predisposition to setting up false narratives and then made jokes about calling him a kite. Sorry, but by any... He's just been calling Destiny Islamophobic. He absolutely is, by the same metric, that Q is anti-Semitic. Absolutely. Like, there's no... You can't sit there and act like... Are you Islamophobic because you made a joke or two? No, I literally just said... I'm going to just try this again, okay? Because you're struggling a couple times now. By the same metric that Q has set up for Destiny, he is anti-Semitic. Okay? Does that sentence, does that follow? Are you getting that one?
Somebody informed Daniel that that means absolutely nothing in this day and age. That has been so overused. At this point, it's like when somebody's called racist. Plenty of people don't take that serious because you look at somebody the wrong way and you could get accused of that.
There's a
nowadays.
difference between a joke and a serious dislike. That is common sense. Okay, so if Q is constantly saying that he thinks Jews occupy too many positions of power and that they run the world and that they're exerting influence over America to try and preserve the existence of their country, and saying all the anti-Semitic stuff, and he's on the pro-Palestine side. And then on the other hand, you have Destiny saying, oh, Muslims want to marry 9-year-olds, Muslims want to blow things up, or etc., etc. And he's on the pro-Israel side. You don't see how, if you were going to call one of them one thing, you would probably have to call the other one the same but the opposite. You don't see that at all. That doesn't... Yeah, that's not clicking for you? Okay.
Anti-Semitic cocksucker. You know what's funny about that? When me and Daniel first spoke, obviously the first impression was terrible, but over time, I believe, we were cool over time. I stopped dissing him. He stopped being a condescending dick. I was like, whatever. Because I never go out of my way just to attack somebody for no reason. I never have. I challenge you to pull up any fucking clip of me in a first
Fargo
conversation
is trolling.
just
Fargo
attacking
is trolling.
somebody. No, usually a nigga talk shit, I clap back. It's that simple. That simple. I don't seek argument. I don't seek debate. I don't try to farm corny ass fucking drama.
Oh yeah, didn't Q do the contextual argument for Aisha? It's epic. It's epic.
Because my entertainment factor doesn't stand on its own. I don't do none of that. I just...
Okay. Is there any middle ground where someone could feel conflicted about their job for principled reasons, but also be degen as fuck, greedy, and clout hungry? Yes. But that doesn't mean... But that means you don't hold the principle. Because holding the principle is an act. It's not just thinking it. Holding a principle is holding to it. You hold that principle. If he doesn't stick to it, he doesn't hold it.
Do my own thing and I chill, right? So I thought after all that, we were cool, me and Daniel. Actually, to the point where he hit me up privately. And he told me, yo, Q, you and Destiny are going to start. This was at the time where, Destiny was talking to fucking Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, exactly. Holding a principle means you hold it when it's difficult. And not just when it's easy, when it's difficult too, right? Principle that you only hold when it's easy. That's not a principle. Not a principle. Yeah, principles aren't aspirational, exactly. Yeah.
Fit, Sneeko, like that, those type of people, you know what I mean? So Daniel, being the businessman that he is, he hits me up. He says, listen, man, like, I don't do this, like, online shit. I'm just a guy who hops in VC every once in a while. Like, that's what I do. I'm not a streamer. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not of that. I guess that changes with this podcast, so I can talk about this now since he's an online personality. He's like, just don't bring my name up. When you're talking to...
Destiny dislikes Islam, but Q is shitting on Dan due to his heritage. It's not the same. Or ethnicity. I don't know which way around you're saying that. It's like if there was an army, instead of Trash talks genocide because clearly they don't hold that principles. See, Deep is just absolutely seething in chat, even though like Fink got blown out in like 7 different ways by Destiny in that debate. If you actually watched it, but Deep will still dick ride Fink, even though the guy is like a completely retarded schizo.
To these people or about these people, because I don't want any of my real life shit getting mixed in with this. Bro, I didn't even fucking hesitate. I look, yes, sir. Of course, I understand. It was totally an understandable thing. I was like, yeah, that makes fucking
Satius
sense, buddy.
super chatted $5. You
Don't
look
worry
good,
about it. I
Kuihman.
mean, I
Have
don't
you
know why
been
the fuck
working
I would have
out?
mentioned you to begin
Very
with.
handsome.
Okay, so relax the ego, buddy. But like,
Yeah, always working out.
other than that, sure,
Thank you
yeah,
for
of course
$5.
I won't do it. I never fucking brought him up, not a single time after that point. Never. Never. He fucking, I forgot he existed. So if you thought I was an anti-Semitic cocksucker, why the fuck would you come to me so earnestly asking me not to get you mixed up in some shit? Because if you were to believe that I was an anti-Semitic cocksucker, like you said, why would I take you seriously? Why I would be like, yeah, okay, dude, and then I would go out of my way to try to do that. So your actions and your words are in conflict. I mean, I just find that incredibly stupid. But I guess he was just waiting for this moment. I'm sure plenty of people expected me to be the one to get, or expected Destiny to be the one to just fucking take me behind the board and fucking pull out the shotty and shoot me out of the orbit or whatever the fuck. But I did it myself. And it wasn't like, and I didn't do it in a way because, again, when people come out and try to claim that I'm doing it for Muslim clout, first of all, Jay Stillick said some shit like he's grifting Islam. I genuinely believe none of these retards have it in their hearts or in their minds that, oh, there are people that are actually Muslim that believe in their faith. I'm not a fucking sneako. I didn't turn Muslim a year ago online. This is how I was born. This is how I grew up. This is what I learned. Like, I think there are those that could make points, that could debate, that could actually articulate themselves in a manner that's respectable, in a manner that forces you to engage with them to the best of your ability and debate and try to get your point across. Destiny is one of those people. Like, okay, he's one nigga that I gotta debate, I gotta clear things up, I gotta do that. But the vast majority of his orbiters, the people around him, are literally just fucking Temu copies of him, bro.
Well, that's
straight from wish.com. Fuck that. Alibaba, brother. Express shipping. So on the exterior, you're like, oh, they're kind of similar. But once you delve into any sort of conversation with them brothers is slow as shit. You're like, you're trying to emulate this dude, but clearly you're a cheap fucking knockoff, brother. You are. I get that Jay Stillick conversation proved it. It was horrible. And its conclusion was even more apparent because
Jay Stalk's arguments in that conversation were pretty retarded. But the key point, which is that Q obviously does not give a fuck about the principles as much as he claims he does, it is absolutely true. Jay Stalk was absolutely on the money. I mean, I just don't know how you would possibly disagree with that. Well, his ape neighbors cause a racket in the wee hours of the morning, thinking to himself, at least he wants to skip. He does something about this. Listen, I defended it. Deep. I defended it till I couldn't anymore. I literally jumped through every mental hoop to defend Fink harassing his neighbors. Because I genuinely, I was like, listen, if he had noisy neighbors, I get it. But it doesn't even seem like that was the case.
At least if this nigga Destiny is trying to farm drama, he's going to put his best foot forward to, even if you don't necessarily want to engage, you know, you're going to go crazy. You know what I mean? Because he's going to fucking force it out of you in ways that aren't so apparent. But with this nigga Jay Stillick, he was just like, oh, you said it wasn't because of your parents? Oh, yeah, it was because of your parents, though. Brother, make it more obvious that you just want to bait a debate out of me, even though I told you I don't want to. Either ways, Mr. Daniel, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I guess you're a bit sensitive. You know what kills me about Daniel? I'm pretty sure he's a non-practicing Jew. I'm pretty sure that he's not a non-practicing Jew. And the worst thing is a non-practicing fucking Jew that still holds the supremacist ideals of a practicing Jew and still carries themselves in that manner.
That's based. No, that's
and
based.
still tries to throw around terms like anti-Semitic.
That's
What
based.
the fuck?
No, that's based.
Like, this nigga is so fucking corny, bro. Anti-Semitic cocksucker. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Brother, if you were never to tell me your fucking name or anything, you look like any other white nigga ever. And you're not even a practicing Jew, so it's like, you are a white guy, bro. You are a white guy. It's like,
Okay, but now that you know he's Jewish, that's what you go at, right?
what the fuck? It's so weird to me. It's so weird to me. Thoughts on Kelly Jean? I fuck with Kelly Jean.
You know, I'm not really
Sure.
Jewish, so I don't really care outside of that front.
There you fucking go. I'm not Jewish. I don't really care, but he's such an anti.
This is a common thing from Muslim, Ashkenazim aren't real Jews. They're just white. Oh, is it? Is it like a... you don't get it like we get it. You know, you can't be anti-Semitic because you guys are white. Is that what it is? Oh, what a bunch of queers. What a bunch of fucking... God. Pull him. In about... I die.
Anti-Semitic cocksucker. Like,
I'm gonna stop talking. I'm sorry.
That said,
Can you say send them back? Can you say put them back where they can't? Can you say that? Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know what from a pure business point of view, I'm not sure what you're doing because you get.
there we go, brother. Leave it up to the businessman to talk about business, bro. Hold on. Where is the fucking music? Hold on. When that's like... Okay.
Okay. That's probably copyrighted, so we're gonna skip over that, but we get the idea.
Rational to Daniel is because in his mind, money is everything. Money is God to him. So he's like, how could this fucking guy... To him, this is
Okay.
like 9/11, pretty much. He's like, brother, you fucking average 10 viewers! 5, 1! How the fuck?
Yeah. Q is this is just kind of ironically, Q is kvetching. Q is kind of fucking kvetching here. Just leave, bro. Leave your job. Say you're disavowing. Leave. Don't look back. But this is so lame. Oh yeah, Dan only cares about money, and Dan's putting up Dan's setting up false narratives. Dan's actually white. Just move on, bro. Just move on.
Are you dropping 3K? You're dropping 3K? What the fuck? Like, to him, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you retarded? Like, he can't believe it. It's because that's where he blazes, like, that's where he places the most value. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Destiny believes that I'm placing value on, like, my family, and my family was the one that, you know, forced my hand. Obviously, I place immense value on my family, but that's not the case in this story. My family had nothing to do with this. Where I place the value is on my fucking consciousness, bro. On how I feel waking up every day. Genuinely, I swear to God, on my life, I was fucking miserable doing that show because of the shit that was going in my head. It's because I believe that I'm a cunt. That's what I fucking believe. That's what I fucking believe.
I was tortured for the 11 months I was doing that show out of the 12-month contract. I was tortured. Oh, guys, you just don't understand. I finally came to the realization, though, right before my final page. Sorry, right after
Destiny
my
might look at that and be like, that's rational. Fair, okay. Okay, where I place my value is irrational to him, just like it's irrational to fucking Daniel, because
yeah, I hated those 2 hours every 14 days.
Daniel placed it all in fucking money. But don't fucking lie and say it's parents 100% when the fucking dude, like,
Every time I ordered Uber Eats on that $3,000 a month budget, every time I ordered Uber Eats, I felt miserable. It was awful.
would you have a conversation with somebody that would just completely like hear every word that's coming out of your mouth and believe that it's false because he's already come to a conclusion that you are incapable of saying the truth because of an external force that's pressuring you behind the scenes to be untruthful? Because if he believes it's my parents that forced me to do this, then he also believes that I can't air out my honest opinions without my parents having some sort of thing to do with it, which is dumb. It's an assumption that is grounded in nothing other than his negative outlook on Muslims, on Somalis, Arabs, whatever, bro. Because he's like, oh yeah, they place a lot of value on family over there, and his family probably said we're gonna disown you. All right, nigga. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I thought
The only irrationality is how they're valuing certain things in their life on social.
Okay.
So for Q, there's probably a really high value on social circles, which I think is pretty normal, especially when that social circle includes your family and the idea of
I
having.
don't believe any of it. You know why? Because if he actually cared about any of that, there's no chance he'd ever been mixed up with you in the first place.
No.
Not necessarily. Again, that's off of the assumption that, you know, Muslims are closed off to anybody that doesn't conform to the way that they view the world. They're closed off people that you can't interact with, that can't engage with opposing point of views, all that garbage. Again, once these guys realize that their perceptions of me...
Are people saying that every Muslim is like that? No one's saying every Muslim is like that. People are saying it's a dogmatic religion with major strongholds in certain countries. Where there is no, you're not going to
Mr. Frex
convince
super chatted $9.99. Dialogue.
most of these
Invite to the
countries
way of
into
your Lord with
not throwing
wisdom.
gays off of
Q16 to 125. Perseverance. Be patient, for your patience is by Allah. Q16 to 127. Collaboration. Cooperate in righteousness and piety. Q5 to 2.
Thank you for the 9.99 taper. Didn't Q say something like a man doesn't blame his family? It made it seem like even if his family was the cause, he wouldn't blame them. Gives them to explain the family situation in a minute. How truthful it is, though. Okay.
are rooted in their misconceptions of how people of my background are. That's when these niggas is gonna realize, hey, maybe take this nigga at face value when he's telling you things sincerely. Because again, I have no reason to lie. None. None whatsoever. Like literally zero. Literally zero. I mean, Dan's right. You would have never gone this long and taken this much of his Jew money if you felt this way. I don't believe it's Jew money. Again, the whole thing about him being a Zionist shill is retarded to me. That's not true. But what I would say is what I've already said on plenty of occasions previously. 1,000%. 1,000%. I fucked up going this long. 1,000%. That is something that I'm in agreement with. Like, I'm the first nigga that's gonna tell you. Matter of fact, I was the first nigga that said, I should have cut this off earlier. I should have probably cut this off back in November. Because to me, the biggest motivating factor behind my departure was looking at his coverage of the conflict and seeing the incredible bias that was present when it came to talking about the Palestinians and the Israelis, when it came to talking about the videos of innocent Palestinians getting murdered versus Israelis, versus IDF soldiers. So it's like civilian versus combatant. Yet he was much more charitable to the combatants than the civilians. Matter of fact, he talked about cinematography and fucking, cameras and fucking scenes and shooting and all that type of shit when it came to the Palestinians. So that's the thing that killed me the most, because I was like, yeah, I knew this guy hated religion.
But he keeps referencing that. But that was... I keep hearing that was literally a fake clip that Destiny was looking at when he gave that reaction.
But is it to the point where he's going to be so fucking biased that he'd look at innocent people dying and talk about it so flippantly? Like, to me, that was the moment where I was like, okay, yeah.
But was it? innocent people dying, or was it fake?
That's not something I could talk through. That's it. That's it. Just like if you niggas would be comfortable with people making fucking grape jokes about maybe a sibling of yours that was great. If you'd be comfortable with that, brother, do you. That's not me. That's never going to be me. Because that's how it came across to me. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. And most of this shit is only exposed to his fans anyways. So it's not like I'm fucking adding up points or whatever the fuck, like, whatever the fuck they call it. You know, this is not gonna go beyond the DGG sphere. And most of them niggas goddamn hate me, nigga. So if anybody were to believe that I'm doing this for fucking clout, they're brain dead, bro. Makes no goddamn sense.
No.
He's doing it for rep. He's doing it for the reputation, and because he's already expended the opportunity with Destiny. Thank you for the $20 from Anonymous. Thank you.
It's not when you say cared about any of it.
If any of that mattered, there's no chance he'd be with a bisexual fucking liberal.
If you go to a prison,
No.
Don't matter. Fucking idiot. This guy's so stupid, bro. It's like, honestly, you think his only exposure to Muslims was through fucking movies, which it might as well be. I'm telling you, probably is.
you ask those people, why did you rob the bank knowing you'd be in prison? What do you think their answer would be?
It's because they didn't believe they'd get caught. Probably. But then that just lends to his point, which will be, he didn't believe his family's gonna find out, and then they found out, like, it's so dumb. W prediction, by the way.
I needed money.
No, they would say, I didn't think I was going to get f***ing caught.
Okay.
So for Q, he probably thought he wouldn't have this discovered by his parents or his family, and he could kind of get away with doing it on the side. But the fact that they found out was like an oh shit moment, so then he had to roll it back. That's probably what happened.
Maybe.
Who does he think my money was being spent on, by the way? Like, you think I'd make 3K without, like, you know, taking care of my people, you know what I'm saying? Helping out a little bit. Like, you think I'd be making 3 fucking K and just pocketing it? If family is so important to me, as he says, and that I value this so incredibly much, would I, on any fucking universe, in any fucking scenario, make 3K and not, like, you know, give my parents money, take care of certain things? And if I were to do that, would they not then ask me, where am I getting this money from? The answer to you might be, you just lied to them about where you got your money. But I didn't. But I guess it's like he said, she said, whatever one you believe.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the end of the Q thing, so no more kick or key.
Because this nigga could put an insomniac to sleep. Brother, create more dialogue. This nigga says some shit that you can't counter. You're like, okay, can talk more for it. Please? Please?
Unless someone else takes it over, I guess. Was it a profitable endeavor?
Theoretically, anything I do for a certain cause.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just sit there and fucking watch YouTube, would it be better or the same?
It was a profitable endeavor.
It was
There we go.
better than just watching YouTube and doing what you normally do.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. I'm happy that he said that, by the way, because I did believe that it was beneficial to both parties. Because I remember when I was negotiating with him, I did.
So yeah, I mean, sure, it could be that the show made more money than Destiny's usual content would, but Q was not putting in the work that was expected of him. Still, regardless of whether that's true or not, but that does bode well for the future of the show. Because I don't think that's exclusive to Q running it at all. I don't think it was profitable because Q ran it. I think that as long as that show is put together to a somewhat decent degree, it will be more profitable than regular content. The show never needed Q. Well, that's just true, yeah. It just needs a host that does the bare minimum of... Not just any... No, Q can't be replaced by literally anyone. That's not true. Q's role in running the show could probably be replaced by literally anyone. But Q's role as host on the show could not be replaced by literally anyone. Because, exactly, okay, I misinterpreted that comment, saying he'll replace by Tom 100%. I don't think Turkey Tom is doing it weekly. I don't think that's happening. I think he's just doing 1 week. But I misinterpreted that at first. I thought you were talking about tomfoolery. Tomfoolery could not host it. If you replace Q with tomfoolery, it would not work. The show would not work. So not anyone can replace Q. There is a baseline level and a sort of personality type that does have to be in place to run that show, to make that show work. Especially when Destiny is like totally disengaged.
I did tell him, listen, I'm not here to like fucking scam you. You know what I mean? I'm not here trying to like twist your fucking nipples, break your arm, try to fucking milk you for as much money as you have. I'm like, I know this shit is gonna be beneficial to you. I'm pretty sure I even told him I know this is like something in your contract as well. Like you probably need some fucking show that pushes kick somewhat. Like he's like, nah, that's not true. Never. I was like, okay, you could say that, but I still believe it is in there. You know what I mean? So I was like, you're earning fucking millions off of this. You know what I mean? So it is beneficial in that way. And when it comes to pushing kick, it's going to be beneficial in that way for kick. So, you know, I should be making a little bit of money too. You know what I'm saying? So that 3K, bro, worth it. I mean, if he says that it was beneficial and it was worth, then it was worth. Lovely businessman.
All right.
You know, I was offered like 1K 200 in the beginning. Bro, put me on Shark Tank. I went up from 1K 200 to 3K. On what universe does somebody negotiate double what the initial offering was? I might as well be fucking Donald. You know what? That nigga went bankrupt 3 times. Not him. But hey, if any of you niggas need negotiating on whatever, I'll just take a flat 5%. But trust me, come to me, I got you.
We got to your Q thing. Was it everything you dreamed it would be?
The what thing?
The Q thing. You wanted to talk about this so bad.
Of course he wanted to. He's like, oh, finally, start to dance on the grave of my op. That's how he sees it. Well, he completely shit the bed because Destiny wasn't like just super.
I don't think that's even how he sees it. I don't think that is how Dan sees it, is it? I don't think that is the case. I thought Dan was like relatively okay with Q now.
A lot of the BS.
No, chat wanted to talk about it so bad.
No, you wanted to. You were excited to get to it.
Not really. I knew I'd outlast him.
Oh, this nigga's 40, bro. This nigga's 40. I knew I'd outlast him in this VC.
Okay,
I knew I'd outlast him in the VC.
Q1. Okay, Q1.
This nigga's a loser, bro.
You know why?
Because your people have historically?
We have historically. That's
Not
why.
actually, really, technically. You got like 700 years to go before that's
We're
technically
the oldest religion that there is.
Look at this.
It's technically true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet there's some native bullshit-ass religion that's lasted longer somewhere.
Not
Some
that there's-
uncontacted tribe. And
Is this
shit, your
all
religion doesn't
rapping?
even exist yet.
About like, you know, parting the Red Sea. Hold on.
That was a heavy topic.
Can we, so the slam thing.
No.
Okay, it's more of a me problem than it's a his
Jesus
because
Christ.
ow!
No, I don't think Dan would commit to hosting, but Dan would probably be the best pick for host. I'll be honest. Dan would be probably my pick, personally.
Why do I sound like a bitch, by the way? I honestly, I need to revert back to my old mic. This mic makes me sound like a beta, bro. I sounded like Kermit the Frog, bro. He is who he is.
He is who he is.
That's well known. It's not going to change. He's him. But I'm willing to fucking co-sign it because I'm pretty much co-signing it. No matter how many times I jumped in there to debate, no matter how many times me and him had heated back and forth, that is indifferent to what the truth is, which is I'm co-signing the nigga. I'm co-signing him. And I'm comfortable with him saying all those things, no matter how many times I bitch, no matter how many times I'm debating. As long as I'm taking his money, as long as I'm using his platform, as long as me and him are hosting a show together, I might as well be agreeing with everything.
Yeah, leaving the shows up on his YouTube, still monetized, still enjoying the benefits of it. It's okay.
I might as well.
Not donating any money to some fucking Palestinian charity or anything to show that, you know, he's not taking the fucking blood money anymore. Not benefiting from this guy who's actually denying the genocide of, you know, fucking other Muslims. Okay.
Therefore, I was like, to save some fucking dignity, some self-respect, I'm dropping the show. That's it. Very clear, concise, and straight to the point. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna look at. I don't understand how you're gonna look at this and assume otherwise. Unless you're like, this nigga can't just articulate himself in this manner in any way, shape, or form. Clearly, he was pre-fed some fucking talking points.
Like, I think that line, I think somebody told him.
Okay, dude! Get the fuck out of here, bro! How the fuck did I just say this? And then this nigga says I was pre-fed the line. What? Bro! Bro! Come on, bro.
Well, because it does sound like someone said to him. Like, hey, don't you feel like you're co-signing this?
This is fuck. Don't believe predictions. I'm fucking cooking today.
Because you're on that show, you're co-signing everything he's saying.
Are you saying he's not intelligent enough to like come to that kind of
Thank you, Lycan. I appreciate you.
Conclusion himself?
Thank
It's
you.
not nothing to do with being intelligent. It has to do with, like, is he willing to dump his whole, like, family and friend network and everything?
Again, why the whatever, I addressed this 100 times, was such a stupid point. I could see how he could come to that conclusion, but again, it's rooted in ignorance. Ignorance that he's refusing to fucking correct. Because to him, it's like, I'd rather come up with this fucking reasoning than actually just acknowledge the true reason, which is what I've stated 100 times over.
For
Well, just because you're saying it doesn't mean it's true.
3,000 a month.
Again, this is the same shit that the same issue Mr. Girl always has is, you know, sometimes people are not gonna, well, not the same issue Mr. Girl has, the issue Mr. Girl has with people is people can't take it when you just don't believe their explanations for their own actions. It's like, well, okay, your actions are showing me a different motivation.
Month? Probably not. We need to clean these windows. These windows should be clean when we do the show as well.
Done?
There's an outside issue. Like if you look at a lot of this shit, like I see the fingerprints.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a good feeling, right? Kind of like fuck you money to a certain extent. You'd have to really
Right?
Listen.
Oh, fuck. That's a good idea.
What? Or am
I should do kick or keep till the end of, or till for a month or two more. The next kick or keep, I should arrange myself, but it should be 9 people, but it's for the next co-host spot.
It's
The show-
such a terrible idea. It's such a terrible idea. Why is he so? He's being dumb. Destiny knows why this is retarded. If you let viewers choose, have any say over it, they will make a stupid decision. Especially for Destiny, who is like turbo autistic and doesn't get along with 90% of people, doesn't gel with 90% of people. It's such a... it's crazy.
show is
Oh
not
my
good.
god.
This nigga's a hater, bro. You a hater. That show's not good, though. Yeah, so is the lack of a chin on your fucking ugly ass face, bitch ass nigga. You don't see me talking about that much. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not for the fact that I also wear a mask and I can't be talking about other niggas' chins because that seems kind of crazy. But that's besides
Posing my boat face all over again.
the point. You know what I mean? Let's not beat a dead elephant. See, I say elephant because I did gain a bit of weight. There's a reason why this fucking heart monitor thing is at 110.
That would be epic.
You have to tone it down.
Why? No.
Oh, it fucking sounds like his handler. By the second that passes, it sounds like his handler.
What do you mean? For fucking he can turn that into viewers because he's like
Exposure.
he does
Why would he do that for free?
because exposure because he wants
I
because
don't know if he even wants exposure.
he does because he can turn that into viewers because he's a funny guy. I don't blame him. It's that's the type of guy that can actually turn like a 5,000 or 10,000 viewer host from you into actual viewers is Wes. That's the difference. Is he knows he can parlay that into. So I mean, listen, I don't think you need to find it. I think
Is Wes Jewish? The amount of dick sucking that's going in here, there's gotta be some blood ties, bro. There's gotta be some like you're my cousin from my fucking 16th aunt or whatever the fuck.
then
It's
my vote.
Everything he says about Dan, is going at him for being a Jew. Yeah, not anti-Semitic, by the way. Like, everything he says.
Is to give it to him if you're going to keep going with it.
Think about it.
There's nothing to think about. Who's second place?
Me just streaming normally.
Yeah, okay.
Fair.
That's second place, I guess. Yeah. Play the voicemails.
Oh boy.
Ah, it's done. Okay. Okay. Not much to see there, but like I said, parents had nothing to do with it. Absolutely a zero.
Okay, well, we got through that.